Welcome students. So in this session we are going to learn about genetics. So genetics, it is the study of heredity. That is, some features, some body features are transferred from our parents to offsprings. Learning about such body features, learning about heredity is known as genetics. Okay, so first you should understand what is heredity. Heredity is the characters, the body features that are being transferred from parents to offspring. That is known as heredity, or another definition you are having, you can call it as the genetic constitution of an individual. Okay, next is about variation. Before going to variation, let's see the example for heredity. So when we take a cat, okay, a cat can give birth to a cat. Can a cat give birth to dog? No. Yes, so that is about heredity. The characters which is possessed by cat, same characters will be possessed by the offspring also. Okay, the dog which is having different characteristic, it won't be possessed by the cat. That is the meaning of heredity. Next is about variation. Variation means within heredity itself. We are telling that some body features will be similar in parent and offspring. But some body features will be varied, will be different in parent and offspring. That is called as variation. Okay, when we are taking Homo sapiens, that is humans, the scientific name of human is Homo sapiens. So when we are taking Homo sapiens, in Homo sapiens itself we are having different tribe. We are having different tribe, or you can call it as race. Okay, each tribe differs in body features from the other one. Okay, so there is variation in that population. Next, we are having many examples like this. So when we are taking some dog, when we are taking dog, in dog itself we are having different breeds. Yes, so what? So like that, in each animal there will be different varieties, different variations will be seen in their body features, in their color and in their shape, everything. Okay, that is called as variation. Next, an important thing which you have to learn is about character and traits. Okay, character and traits. So what is character? Character means it is an inheritable feature of an organism. Any organism, any offspring, what it has inherited from the parents, what it can inherit from the parents. For example, we are having eye color. Okay, we are having the eye color similar to our parents. What we are inheriting from the parents. So eye color, it is a character. Eye color, it is the character. Trait means within eye color we are having different colors like blue color eyes, black color eyes, green color eyes, like that. That all comes under traits. Okay, blue eye, black eye, etc. comes under traits. So eye color, it is a character which can be inherited. Trait, within eye color what all varieties are there, what are variations are there, that is traits. Okay, so like that I can give examples for character like eye color, flower color, hair color. I'll show you an example. See this flower. This is a parent flower. Okay, this parent flower is giving rise to offspring flower which is of same color. They are having same color. Okay, so the color, it is called the character. Okay, you see another parent. This is a parent which is of yellow color flower, but it is giving rise to a red color flower. It is giving rise to a red color flower. Okay, so color, it is the character, whereas red color, it is the trait. Okay, so in flower color, it is called the character, and in flower color itself, we are having different colors. Now take hair color. Okay, parents may be having dark color. Okay, but child may be having brown color hair. Okay, blonde color hair and brown color hair. So hair color, it is a character, and blonde color, brown color, like that we are specifying the colors. That is trait. Okay, like that we are having different examples, okay, for character and trait. You can just see this, okay. Can you see? Yes. So color of eyes, brown or blue. It may be brown color or blue color. This is in common. Which is more? We have seen green color eyed people, but it is what? Not so common, rare. Okay. So what is common only we should take it into consideration. So color of eyes, it may be brown or blue. Hair shape, okay, that is, it may be curly or straight hair. Eyebrows, yeah, some will be having both mixed, curly hair and straight hair. So that all we are not taking in common, we are taking it as a rare case. So what is common in people only we will be taking into consideration. Eyebrows, it may be heavy, bushy, or it may be thin. Hand use, the person may be left-handed or right-handed. Skin color, they may be having albinism. Albinism means the skin pigmentation will be lost. Okay, they don't have any pigment in the skin. That is known as albinism. Okay, or they will be having normal pigmentation like dark skin or light skin, like that normal pigmentation they will be having. Next is about earlobe. Earlobe, it will be free or the lobe will be attached. Lips, it may be thick or thin. RH blood group. So RH blood group will be learning in circulatory system lesson in detail. So like ABO grouping, that is we are having A positive, O positive, like that we are having different blood groups. Like same way we are having RH blood grouping method. So a person may have RH positive or RH negative. About color vision, the person may be having normal eyesight, that is he can see all colors, he can differentiate all colors, but sometimes the person will be having red green color blindness. That means color blindness, he cannot differentiate the colors, that is he cannot differentiate red and green color, he will have a confusion between both, that is color blindness. So these are the common, this is character, this is trait. Color of eyes, which can be inherited from the parent to the offspring. So we are calling color of eyes to be a character. Next is brown or blue. Okay, two things we can say in color of eyes, character itself. That is known as trait. Now I hope you are clear with character and traits. Next we'll be seeing about chromosomes. Okay, so to learn about chromosome, first of all you should understand different types of chromosomes. Chromosomes are said to be the carriers of heredity. Yes, so chromosomes are said to be the carriers of heredity, and also they are known as the carriers of genes. Okay, you know what is gene? Already I taught you in chromosomes chapter thoroughly. That is gene, it is a group of DNA. DNA strands together, it comprises to form a gene. And what is the function, main function of genes? Genes, they help in encoding proteins by the process of transcription and translation, which you will be learning in higher classes. Main function of genes is to code proteins. It helps in producing protein. So in each chromosome, each set of genes will be present, and each set of genes have their own function in producing different types of proteins. Okay, yes, so normally in a human body it is said to be having 19,000 genes. Okay, it is said that in human body we are having 19,000 genes, and in that chromosome number 1, here you see I have drawn from chromosome 1 till chromosome 23. That is, there are 23 pairs of chromosome in human body. 1 to 22nd pair, it is known as autosomes. Okay, it is known as autosomes. 1 to 22 pairs are known as autosomes, and the 23rd pair, which has XX and XY. You can see Y, how it is small compared to X chromosome. 2X pair is comprised by the female, and 1X and 1Y will be comprised by the male. This is completely called 23rd chromosome, 23rd pair of chromosome. Okay, 23rd pair we are having XX and XY. XX if it is female and XY if it is male. So autosomes, these genes are responsible for different body features, and sex chromosomes, that is the 23rd pair, it is responsible for determining the sex of an organism, whether the offspring, when a baby is born, so using this 23rd chromosome only we are finding whether the baby is what? Female or male. So this 23rd chromosome determines the sex of an organism. Okay, yes. So in human body, chromosome number 1 is said to be having highest set of genes. How many genes it is having? 2968 genes it's having. So which chromosome number 1? You see. So compared to all other gene, chromosome number 1, okay, it is having more set of genes. So it is also the largest. Okay, it is larger in size compared to other genes also. You can see. Next, which is having lowest set of chromosome. Just while you are seeing this diagram itself, you can understand why. Yes, it is very small compared to all other chromosomes. So it is having only 231 genes. Which chromosome number? In 23rd pair of chromosome, in that Y chromosome, it is having only 231 genes. Okay, this is a general knowledge question, so you can just learn it. Now next, you just see the structure of each chromosome clearly. So actually we won't draw the structure of these chromosomes. Instead, there is another method of drawing. So this is a karyotyping method. Okay, a karyotype of chromosomes. So this method is actually, this is the way the chromosomes are seen. Okay. Next we'll see about sex determination. Okay, this is about sex determination. We saw 23rd chromosome, it is known as the sex chromosome, and now we are going to see how we are going to determine the sex. Already we told, if it is XX, it is female, if it is XY, it is male. Okay, so if there is an egg is produced only by female. We already know in female there is only XX chromosome, so it will be X only. Okay, egg if it is of X chromosome. And sperm, okay, sperm we know it is produced by male, and male it has X and Y chromosome. There will be a chance for the sperm having X chromosome, or there will be chance for the sperm having Y chromosome. Okay, so if the sperm containing X chromosome is fusing with the egg containing X chromosome, then it produces XX, which is female offspring. The offspring will be female. If the sperm is containing Y chromosome, okay, and if it is fusing with the egg which is of X chromosome, X and Y will be formed. Then the child will be male. Male offspring will be formed. So this is how we determine the sex of offspring using 23rd chromosomes. Okay. Next we'll see about gene in detail. So first of all, you should understand what are genes. Already I told you genes are set of DNA. Okay, DNA together we call it as gene. So gene, it has two alternate forms. Okay, it has two alternate forms. One is dominant allele, another one is recessive allele. Okay, so the alternate forms of gene is known as alleles. Alleles are the alternate forms of genes. Okay, so now I'll tell you clearly. Alleles, they are equally compared to the traits. Okay, one person can roll their tongue, then we call it as rolling. Another person cannot roll their tongue, then it is known as non-rolling. This both are alleles of the gene, of a particular gene. Okay, same way when you compare eyes. One person has blue eyes, another person has black eyes. Okay, these both are alleles of a particular gene. Okay, this is about gene. So it is not that gene has only two alternate forms. If they are having three or more alternate forms, it is known as multiple allelism, which you are not learning in this chapter. In your higher classes, you will be learning that. But usually a gene comprises two alternate forms and they are known as alleles. Okay, and that two alternate forms, in that one will be dominant allele and another one will be recessive allele. So I'll tell you what is dominant. Okay, so one is dominant allele and another one is recessive allele. So in common, okay, people who can roll, it is more. Roller. The person who can roll the tongue, it is more compared to the people who cannot roll their tongue. So, most common, which is most common, that you take it as dominant character or dominant allele. So, the people who can roll it is more. So, we are taking that as dominant allele. Okay. So, capital letter R, you denote caps. Okay. Uppercase you denote for dominant allele. Okay. Lowercase for recessive. So, who cannot roll? Small letter R for recessive allele. This is how you have to determine dominant and recessive. Okay. Now, we will see about the function of gene. Gene, it is having normally 3 types of genes are present. Type 1, type 2 and type 3. Type 1 function is, it is helpful in immune response and sensory receptors. Type 3 function is cell to cell signaling. Signal will be passed from one cell to the another cell. Type 2, what is the function? Means both together. Type 2 gene, it helps, it does the function of type 1 and type 3 together. It is a complex mix of 1 and 3. So, what is a gene? What you inherit from your parents. That is known as gene. Okay. Now, an important thing I will just teach you about dominant allele and recessive allele. So, just keep this in mind. If there is a character like R and small r, okay, parent is having RR, another one parent is having RR. Think. This you call it as homozygous. This both are homozygous. Why? Both are having similar letters. Okay. Homozygous. Both are homozygous. But this one is homozygous dominant allele and this one is homozygous recessive allele. That is the only difference. Homozygous dominant and homozygous recessive allele. Okay, that is the only difference. Next, if I am taking R and R and R. Okay, if you are taking like this, both are different, which means they are heterozygous. Heterozygous. Okay, they are heterozygous. This one we will call it as heterozygous. One is dominant, another one is recessive. One is dominant, another one is recessive. One is recessive, another one is dominant. So we will call it as heterozygous allele. And in bracket you have to write one dominant, one recessive. That is the meaning of heterozygous. Yes, that is about homozygous and heterozygous allele. Understood? So this is very important, which you have to understand. That is a dominant and recessive character allele. Now, okay. So I hope you are clear with today's topic. So if you have any doubt based on today's topic, please tell me in your comments. Okay, that's all about today's session. And in next video, I'll be teaching you about Punnett square and also about the determination of hemophilia disease. In that, how we are going to determine the offsprings, whether they are disease free or they are having disease, everything. And about crisscross inheritance, I'll be teaching in your next session. And if you like the video, please to like, share and subscribe. Thank you so much.